So where are Californians moving to? More specifically, what cities in the United States are they moving to? What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the World According to Briggs. Let's take a look at a popular subject, where Californians are landing when they flee the Golden State. In September of 2018, I did a video about what states Californians are moving to. Since then, people have been asking what cities Californians are moving to. They just want to know, not just the state. Good news is, now we know. The Census Bureau came out with a study for what cities people are moving to and from where in 2019. That was the last complete year. I'm sure they're going to do another one at the end of 2020. One thing I've learned from all the research is most Californians, about 75%, move to states that share their same political views, meaning not many liberals from California are moving to Idaho, and not many conservatives are blazing the northbound Oregon Trail to Portland. So we can all refrain from that tired, old, and very overused comment, Californians will just move here to Toad Suck, Arkansas, and screw it up just like they did California. Stop laughing. Toad Suck, Arkansas is a real place. All right, keep laughing. It's Arkansas. I mean, come on. Toad Suck, Arkansas. It's real, folks. Don't move there. All right, let's see where they're heading. Number 10, Boise and Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. This one's no surprise. Well, there is a surprise. It's not higher on the list. That's the surprise. Idaho has been a destination for Californians for some time, and in 2019, 21,000 Californians moved to the gem state, with almost 4,000 making the Coeur d'Alene area their new home. Coeur d'Alene only has about 52,000 residents, so adding an additional 4,000 that's a little high. The big destination is the Boise metro area. They saw 7,000 new Californian residents. The rest are spread out places like Pocatello, Twin Falls, and Moscow. Moscow, Idaho is starting to become popular too. I think that's the next Boise here in the next 5 to 10 years. The Californians moving here, a majority of them say it's the politics and they're being priced out of California. That's why they end up in Idaho. Number 9, Richmond and Norfolk, Virginia. Old Dominion saw 21,000 Californians invade their little state, with a majority going to Richmond. And it's not just Californians moving to Richmond, by the way. This is also a hotspot for New Yorkers. Richmond's not going to be a medium-sized city for much longer, in my opinion. In 2019, Richmond saw about 5,000 residents from the Golden State, with almost 4,000 showing up in the Norfolk metro area, and about another 4,000 up north in Alexandria near Washington, D.C., that whole metro area up there. The rest filtered out to various smaller cities like Blacksburg, Roanoke, and then the small towns. When surveyed the two main reasons Californians are heading to Virginia, they say jobs and home buying opportunities. It's not as expensive as in California, which if you know anything about California, you know real estate is pricey. Number 8, New York City, New York. As proof Californians aren't big thinkers, 25,000 moved to New York in 2019. Everyone else is leaving New York. Californians feel they need to go there. Now, I understand a small percentage may have reasons they have to relocate to New York, like family things, they miss hearing the F word, or they're moving back because the statute of limitations is finally up. I get that, but a lot are moving for jobs and politics. The only thing they've accomplished by that move is being able to see the sun rise over the ocean instead of the sun set. Everything else in the two states are the same. Same politics, same high cost of living, and overpriced homes in most of the state, unless of course you move to the rural or bad areas. New York City saw 17,000 of those California relocators. Is that a word, relocators? Sounds like a vigilante moving company. The relocators. Number 7, all over Florida. Yeah, pretty much all over the place. 27,000 California residents made their way to Florida in 2019, and they were evenly spread out around 7 or 8 different metro areas. Fort Myers did kind of lead the way with 4,000. Orlando, Tampa, Miami, and Jacksonville all saw about 3,000 Californians each, while Tallahassee, Daytona, and Sarasota received about 1,000 each. So why'd they move? Why would you leave one sunshine state for another sunshine state, even though Florida is actually called the Sunshine State? Well, it's cheaper to live in most of Florida compared to most of California. They have different politics, more humidity, and a whole bunch of rednecks. One good thing Florida has over California is far less over-the-top political correctness, and people don't get offended if you order something like a White Russian at a bar. Number 6, Denver, Colorado. Californians have been heading to Colorado since they first laid eyes on the Pacific Ocean. A bunch of settlers probably made their way to the shore and said, you know what, this place has nice weather and an ocean. It's going to get really crowded and overpriced really soon. Let's go back the way we came. That place with those mountains looked nice. 28,000 Californians invaded Colorado in 2019, and that was a light year. Idaho and Colorado are the two states I have noticed that complain the most about Californians moving to their state. Every single video I do, if I mention California, they're on it. Them and the people that talk about people dropping deuces in the street and needles in the street and all that. Every time I mention California, it's weird. Last year, Denver saw the lion's share of those Californians, with 10,000 moving into the Denver metro area, with Colorado Springs seeing almost 5,000, Boulder picked up about 3, and the rest spread out on the western side of the state. Nobody ever moves to the eastern side of the state, like past Denver, because it's flat, boring, and you'll cry trying to get good internet. Number 5. Portland and Bend, Oregon. From 2008 to 2016, Oregon was always the number 1 or the number 2 spot for Californians to move to. I'm one of them. I showed up here 10 years ago last August. Actually 10 years ago and 1 month ago today. I had always heard Oregonians hate Californians. I heard all that stuff and I was kind of, thinking about it before I got up here, but honestly, I've personally never run into any of that negativity. Everyone here has been friendly to me. The main reason Oregon has slipped, I'm sure, has to do with the unrest. Portland and other cities in Oregon have had protesting going on since, Occupy Wall Street in 2011. That's when I first started noticing it. It was probably going on before then too. It's just what they do here. Texas, you have barbecues and drink beers with your friends. Here, we gather together and protest the government, I guess. But with all that, it is still one of the most moved to states. Oregon is an amazing state. It just has some stupidity roaming around that needs to go away. Out of the 43,000 Californians doing the northbound Oregon Trail, as I mentioned before, 21,000 landed in the Portland metro area. Bend picked up almost 7,000. And then you have places like Eugene, Salem, Grants Pass, and Ashland picking up a couple thousand apiece. Number 4, Las Vegas, Nevada. Over 50,000 people left California for Nevada last year, and most of them landed in the Las Vegas metro area. 44,000 people moved into Sin City's metro area, with the rest being split between Reno and Carson City. I think in the coming years, Mesquite may start seeing more than the 50 or 100 they see every year now. They're doing a lot of construction there, and I think in the coming years, a lot of retired folks will be heading out to the Mesquite area. It's right on the border with Utah near St. George, so it's got a lot of things that'll make people move there. Myself, I just don't get the allure. Oh, look at that. Allure was the word of the day. 4 years into making these videos, and I finally hit the word of the day. Number 3, Seattle, Washington. Seattle sprouted about 55,000 ex-Californians last year, with most of them heading to the Seattle metro area. 40,000 Californians moved into the SeaTac area last year alone. Not sure how much longer that's going to be going on. They've been growing a bunch of Californians for years, but a lot of tech companies are moving out of the Seattle metro area. This just really started picking up steam in the last couple months. Some of the companies are actually paying the employees to move and then take a small wage cut, like 3 to 5%. I read how they would actually be coming out ahead when they figured out how much they'll be saving on housing and cost of living. On top of that, with the commute time being cut in half, taking a 5% wage cut is a win-win for the company and the employees. That's just my opinion. Spokane and Vancouver, Washington see a couple thousand transplants a year too, and then the rest are just sprinkled out throughout the state. Number 2, Phoenix, Arizona. 68,000 people moved from California to Arizona last year, with 41,000 showing up to raise their chances of heat stroke in the Phoenix metro area. Tucson catches about 5,000 Californians each year, but last year they had a great year with 6,000. I don't know if it's great, depends on what side of the fence you're on that one. Arizona is a great place for retirees. Californians have been flooding there to retire for years. Growing up, that's where all my parents' friends were retiring to. I'm sure they would have too, but they had businesses in Southern California, so they couldn't really move. Phoenix and pretty much all of Arizona have those retirement communities where everyone drives golf carts and golfs all day and stays warm because it's hot as hell there. Yeah, the place is filled with them. Every single street you go down, you start seeing them everywhere. It's really weird. Not really weird, I guess it's kind of normal because Vegas has a lot of those too. And number 1. Dallas and San Antonio, Texas. If you watch this channel enough, you already know Texas is in the middle of a serious inward migration, and a majority of those people migrating are from California. 86,000 people moved into Texas from California last year, and most now call the Dallas metro area home. 51,000 to be exact. Another 14,000 discovered that San Antonio is a pretty cool place to live. Got a little extra crime than they need, but yeah, it's a nice place. Places like Lubbock and Amarillo got a couple hundred, which just shocks me because those are kind of decent-sized city. They only picked up a couple hundred. But little places like the Midland, Odessa area, they picked up 5,000. Dallas is right now the best big city in the United States. Some hate it, and that's fine. Some may think the city's not the best and that their hometown's the best. That's fine too, but the stats don't lie. Compared to most cities its size, Dallas has better jobs, cheaper real estate, a lower cost of living, and not much crime, again, compared to other big cities its size. And like I said, all this shows because tons of people are moving there. If you don't want to believe the numbers about stats and all that, take a look how many people are moving there. That should tell you everything you need to know. Alright, that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Tell me which one of these states you'd move to from California if you're leaving California. Which one of these is appealing to you? Leave it in the comment section below. But hey, don't forget all the links below too. Give the video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.